Hi everyone, I'm a talent development manager. This sentence is really important. At Mazars, we are used to resort to survey institutes to feel the tendencies, the trends among our candidates. So we asked Universum, which is one of them, to tell us more about the expectations of people from engineering schools and French business schools. Actually, among their top 3 reasons why they're going to join a company, this one. People are dreaming of being a manager, leading a team. In a way, being the boss. I actually do manage a team, so you should think I'm lucky. Actually, I'm not, because let me tell you something new. Being a manager makes no sense anymore. Let me tell you why. 2 reasons for that. 2 major reasons. First one is organizations have changed. Second one, you're going to see it later, people have also changed. Organizations, we inherited pyramidal organizations, vertical ones. There was a step then, and we moved forward from these organizations to flat organizations. We smashed up middle management, in a way. We are now entering a new era, the era of connection. It looks like a neuron, so I call it neural organization. Everything is more and more connected. People are more and more connected because of new technologies, because of digitalization, platformization, because of the AI, for sure. Organizations are more and more connected than ever. For instance, let me give you an example. At Mazars, a couple of years ago, we created an MBA program. This was aimed to train our best, our top managers. But actually what was avant-gardist at that time is that we opened it to other companies because we knew it already. Together, we are better. In this new environment, we have to be more agile. We have to go fast or go home, in a way. What is pretty magical in that story is that while companies transform themselves, people also change their mindsets and key objectives. Maybe you remember your grandfather. I can bet, I would guess, let me guess, probably he worked for his whole career in the same company for a lifetime. Same company, same boss, hopefully same wife. And so it was a linear path. Then came the X generation, my parents' generation. They are sometimes called the disillusioned generation. Not all of them. But actually they encountered some obstacles, such as unemployment, for instance, and life teach them that life must be sequential. So they learned to reinvent themselves. We are still in these sequential lives right now. Probably you know, or maybe you are one of them, someone who graduated from an engineering school, who started his career in an R&D department. Then he realized he wanted to launch a startup. He's actually launching the startup. Probably it will last 2 to 3 years because nowadays love with companies also lasts 3 years. And probably in 2 to 3 years, he's going to open a bed and breakfast in the countryside. That's the way we live nowadays. And I'm pretty convinced the Gen Zers, I like to call them this way, are teaching us something new, that we are entering a multidimensional lifetime. We want it all at the same time. See this cat? Cute, isn't he? This cat was born in a flat, small flat, Parisian flat, actually. His daily tasks are really boring, but he doesn't know because he doesn't know anything except from this flat. So he's going around in the living room, playing maybe with a fake mouse sometimes. He can see only one person, his boss. And hopefully when the door opens, His boss is boss. We used to be the cat in the flat. But luckily, cats are leaving the flat. We can now, because of this interconnected world, make an impact on decisions. We can also do things apart from our daily tasks. For instance, in companies, maybe that's the same for you. In our company, people do want to do other things than their daily tasks and to make an impact. So we developed entrepreneurial programs for them to help them build their own business plan, their own team, and to make it happen, actually. So, I was introducing myself earlier, saying I'm a talent manager, I'm a manager. Actually, that makes no sense, because being a manager means nothing. It's not a state, a permanent state. In our daily lives, everything is project-based. So if everything is about projects, it means that, best case, you are not a manager, you are a project leader. That's it. That's what I call spot management. Because one day, you are the manager, you are the leader of a team for a specific assignment, and the day after, you are managed by someone else. You have to alternate between those two positions. This requires leadership, for sure, and you know already, because we need to coordinate team, we need to encourage people, to coach them, we need to organize this work, we need to be also good communicants, to share our vision and to embark people with us. But we tend to forget something else, which is humility. If one day you manage and the day after you are being managed by someone else, it means that you have this emotional intelligence to take this position. You have to learn not only to be the first all the time, you also have to learn to be a number two and a good one. That's also called shared leadership, and Laurent Chouin, our HR group, talked about that a few times ago. I'm pretty sure that you are now eager to know what is the ideal skill set for tomorrow's worker. I just work as a HR and I have no clue. Actually, when we meet together with other companies' HR, we always try to figure it out. There is hope because we have some insights. I can share you some, and I would like to share with you 4 competencies, 4 main skills for tomorrow's leaders. First of all, we've talked about leadership. The second one is humility. I want to add something, which is boldness. In this uncertain world, where everything is always changing, moving, going fast, who knows if tomorrow maybe we're going to dump drones? We don't know. So as we don't know, we need people who are risk takers, who are bold. I used to be a recruiter. It lasted about 10 years. I was pretty good at that, but my big mistake, and I will confess it to you today, is that I used to try to fill jobs with people who already did the job. That's a huge mistake. Nowadays, recruiters are better, more open-minded, and they try to encourage, and I encourage my colleagues to be more open-minded to diversity, to multiple profiles they can meet, because this is a value asset for their companies. And the fourth one, that's not politically correct, but I would add as a fourth skill for tomorrow's worker, vulnerability. Because you have to accept not being in charge, not always being in charge. You are not always the team leader. Sometimes you are just a number 2, and it's okay. So you have to accept not mastering every task. You have to accept people taking the lead on the projects. You have to put also people from your team on the spotlights if it can benefit the project. After the cats, the runners. Tomorrow, I'm pretty convinced that we're all going to be runners. Let's go further. Let's imagine tomorrow. I'm pretty sure that people won't choose a company because of its brand, because of its name, but they're going to choose assignments. They want to be accomplished, to be empowered, and that can happen with assignments. So we are runners in a long career race till retirement or not. And during this long race, this long marathon, we're going to wear several numbers. And perhaps, as we are in this multidimensional world, we're going to wear several numbers at the same times. So I'm pretty sure this is what's going to happen tomorrow. To conclude this speech, I'd like to invite you, if you would like to, during the break, to try to introduce yourself not by your job title or company name. Try to share with others a recent achievement or a project you worked on. For instance, if we meet later, I probably will introduce myself this way. I'm Marine. I worked on a project at Mazars. It's about learning in a different ways by inspiring people. I can talk about this later if you want. So see you later, and thank you for your attention.